I found out my parents' will left everything to my lazy brother, despite my supporting them for years. They demanded money and smeared me online. My name is Jake, and any questions I had about my place in my family were eradicated the day I learned about the will. It wasn't even a dramatic sit-down in which my parents revealed the news. No, I discovered it purely by accident, by pure dumb luck. It happened a few months back when I was at their house, which I had been helping them pay for the past 5 years. I was in charge of the mortgage, food runs, and even house repairs, while my brother Eric did nothing. And by nothing, I mean nothing. No work, no obligations, just lying around, waiting for life to throw everything on a silver platter. My folks appeared to be more than willing to provide. That day, I was assisting my father with some paperwork because, as usual, neither of them could be bothered to figure out how to do things for themselves. He had requested me to scan some documents for him, legal and financial, and I didn't hesitate, until I saw it. There was the estate plan and last will and testament folder in the stack. I don't usually snoop, but curiosity got the better of me. After all, I had been the one to ensure they had a roof over their heads. It wasn't out of the ordinary to ponder how things were set up for the future. So I opened it. And that's when I noticed the words that made my stomach plummet. Everything, and I mean everything, was going to Eric. The house, their savings, and their property. There isn't a single mention of me, except from some general phrases like loving both of their sons equally. That is why they ensured that their golden child would inherit everything, while the son who kept them afloat received only a footnote. I felt foolish. Here I was, bending over backward for them, making sure their bills were paid on time, making sure they never went hungry, while they sat back and planned for a future in which I received nothing. And Eric? He wasn't simply lazy. He was entitled. He never raised a finger to assist them, never donated $1, yet he had persuaded them that he deserved everything. Perhaps because he was the younger son. Perhaps because they had always pampered him. Perhaps he understood just how to influence them. Whatever the reason, they'd made their decision. I sat there staring at the paper, my hands quivering with wrath and betrayal. How long did they plan this? Had they always planned for me to be their free financial safety net, offering nothing in return? Have they ever appreciated what I accomplished for them? I wasn't sure how long I'd been sitting there, but my father saw I wasn't scanning anything. "Hey, Jake, what's taking so long?" he inquired, going back into the room. I didn't even bother hiding the will. I raised it up and looked him in the eyes. "So this is how it is?" I inquired, my tone unnervingly calm. "Everything to Eric? After everything I've done for you?" My father's face paled for a second, but then he sighed, as if I were a small child having a tantrum. "Jake, it's not what you think." "Really?" I snapped. "Because it looks pretty damn clear to me. I've been paying your mortgage, helping with groceries, fixing the house up, while Eric does nothing, and you still decided he's the only one who matters?" Dad was embarrassed, but instead of explaining himself, he simply said, "It's complicated." That was it. There was no apology or attempt to defend it beyond those two worthless sentences. Just a poor apology and an eager expression, as if he was waiting for me to drop it and return to being their personal ATM. I should have gone out right then, but I wanted to hear from each of them. So I called out for my mother. When she came in and saw the will in my hands, she didn't respond well. She had the decency to appear guilty, but what she said made my fury boil. "Jake, honey, you don't need the inheritance," she whispered softly, like if she were doing me a favor. "You have a good job. You're independent. Eric, well, he struggles. We just want to make sure he's taken care of." That was the moment something inside of me shattered. They were not even ashamed. They understood exactly what they were doing, and they believed it was entirely right. They had spent years encouraging Eric's laziness, and now they planned to reward it by giving him everything while dismissing me as an afterthought. I took a long breath, tightened my jaw, and placed the will on the table. "Got it," I said, my voice strangely calm.